On today's warehouse safety tips, we're going to be talking about week 1 of 5 on ergonomics and injury prevention. So stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast. Have you ever heard the term musculoskeletal disorders, or MSDs? What that is it is a situation where you get an injury or a situation where you've been doing something repetitive. So if you are focusing on ergonomics and injury prevention, you want to make sure that you can avoid those injuries by doing these 5 things that are by no means the end all be all, but they will help you. Number one, you want to make sure that you have great workplace design. So you want to make sure that everything is absolutely within reach, especially if it's something that you're using on a regular basis. You want to make sure that you have stuff at waist level and that you're not reaching, twisting, turning, stretching, and doing things like that. So make your workplace design the absolute best ergonomic situation that you possibly can. Number two is another ergonomic situation, which is seating support. You want to make sure that you can adjust the height and the lumbar to where it keeps you absolutely straight and that you are not straining, in a situation again where you're not reaching and twisting and turning and stretching. So make sure that you focus on that. Number three is going to be going through and having a task rotation. So at the beginning of the podcast, we talked about going through and having a situation where you have repetitive things that happen over time. If you go through and you do a task rotation, you don't have to worry about that as much because you're not always doing the same thing. So you don't get the muscle memory and the repetitive injury potential that you would have if you weren't rotating those tasks. And task rotation is good for a numerous amount of things, not just ergonomics. And this isn't a situation we're talking about this month, but just so you know, when you rotate tasks, it just makes you a more informed staff member anyway. So it's a great thing for ergonomics and just overall staffing. So the next thing is going to be assistive devices. So that's going to be things like lift assist, carts, conveyors, things that keep the repetitive actions as assisted as possible. So if you have things that make the job easier, definitely use them. And last but certainly not least, again, these are not the end all be all. You want to make sure that you encourage feedback. So the people that are doing the task are going to be able to tell you that, maybe a tool that they are using on a regular basis is not within reach, that they are having to twist and turn or reach or stretch or bend in a way that is not feeling right, that a chair is not adjusted correctly, that, whatever, you name it, you want to be able to have them come and have that feedback without any, issues, and then have somebody follow up on it immediately. And even though we've repeated this a couple times, these are not the end all be all rules by any means to follow. We want to make sure that you always follow the rules and regulations of your specific facility, but this is going to be a great place to start. So we hope that you enjoyed the week 1 of 5 on ergonomic and injury prevention. And so if you have any questions, by all means, leave us a comment. Until then, we want you to have a great day, stay safe, and here is a word from one of our sponsors.
It's scientifically unexplainable. It's virtually indestructible. And it's taking over the entire planet. But in a really good way. It's Mighty Line floor tape, the most durable floor tape in the world. 7 times thicker than average floor tape. Beveled to endure pounding warehouse traffic. And backed with a super strong peel and stick adhesive, so you'll never have to worry about painting shop floors again. Mighty Line floor tape, the only durable stripe.